Good evening, everyone. Alan Cashman here of TheCashmanwins.com. Going to go over our NCAA Tournament Bracket region by region. We'll do the first video. It's going to be the East region. Then we'll put out the next region after that. And we'll go through all four regions. Take about probably 10 to 15 minutes per region. If you want to become a Picks member, go to TheCashmanwins.com. Picks options there, affordable Picks options. 1 year, all sports, $49. We even have monthly Picks options there as well. Go to TheCashmanwins.com. If you have any questions, you can contact me there through the website also, and I can answer any questions you might have. We're going to go, and we're going to start with the East region. So UConn is the number 1 seed. Let's add the bracket to the stage here. And UConn, let's see here. Let's get it to where you can see what we're doing here. Okay. All right. So UConn and the 1 seed taking on Stetson, number 16. We're going to go ahead and we're not going to talk too much about that game. We're going to add UConn to go on advance. Stetson is a good offensive team, average defensively, but UConn, number 7 defense and 2-point percentage, number 6 offense and 2-point percentage. This should be a rout, I think, for Connecticut. They're one of the best teams, if not the best team in college basketball. So we'll take Connecticut to advance. The 8-9 game, FAU Northwestern. FAU slightly better shooting team overall, though Northwestern slightly better shooting from 3-point range. FAU has been the better rebounding team. Northwestern, they don't turn the ball over very much. They're number 7 in the nation in fewest turnovers. This is a close call. I think I'm going to take FAU here, the faster-paced team. I think FAU is playing a little better going into the tournament. This is a close call. If you've got multiple brackets, this might be one of those where you put FAU on one line and then on the other bracket you put Northwestern. But I'm going to put FAU to advance. This is my main bracket. So I'm going to put FAU to advance to the next round. The 5-12 matchup in the East, San Diego State, UAB. I think UAB has a chance to compete here. San Diego State lost 3 of the 5 coming into the tournament here. Neither team great shooting the 3. UAB, number 18 in offensive rebounds per game. That could play a factor. Fairly balanced scoring attack from UAB for the top 4 scorers. If you look at San Diego State, you got Leedy that averages 21.1 points per game, and then their next leading scorer, that's all averages all the way down to 10 points per game. So you got a big gap there in scoring. UAB shooting 48.8% over their last 5 games. You know, San Diego State, much better defensive team, but I think UAB can give the Aztecs a scare here. I think the line is 7 or 7.5. UAB might be able to cover the spread, but I'm going to take San Diego State to get the win. Won't be surprised if UAB wins this game, but I'm going to take San Diego State to go ahead and get by and go to the next round. Auburn, Yale. I'm going to take Auburn to win this one of the 4 seed. When Yale stepped up in class this year, they had a 15-point loss to Gonzaga, 15-point loss to Kansas. Auburn's defense, number 1 in 2-point percentage allowed. They're number 3 in shot blocked percentage. I think Auburn's playing really well. They should win this game. Maybe Yale keeps it close early, but I think Auburn pulls away towards the end here. So we're going to take Auburn to advance to the weekend games. The 6-11 matchup, BYU Duquesne. Duquesne comes in. They've won 8 in a row. BYU, number 8 in 2-point shooting. BYU also a really good rebounding team. The Cougars, number 23 in effective field goal percentage. Defenses are similar, but BYU has been the better offensive team. So I think I'm going to take, while Duquesne might make this interesting, I think I'm going to take BYU here to advance to the weekend. Illinois, Morehead State, 3-14 matchup. Good season for Morehead State, 26-8 overall, 17-4 in their conference. Morehead State defense holding opponents to under 39% shooting in their last 5 games. Morehead State did not fare well versus bigger competition early in the season. They had a 30-point losses against Alabama and Purdue, 25-point loss at Penn State. You know, that was early on. It was a long time ago. These teams get better. So, you know, you got to factor that in a little bit. But I would not be shocked to see Morehead State give Illinois a game here. They might be able to cover the spread. I think it's 14 or 15 points at last look. Illinois is playing well, but you know, they should win this, but Illinois has not been a trustworthy team this time of year. They lay eggs when in big moments like this. I'm going to take the Illini to win this game, but I would not be surprised at all if Morehead State pulls this one off. But we're going to put Illinois in to advance to the next round. The 7-10 matchup, Washington State, Drake. It should be a really good game. I think one of the more underrated matchups of round one. Drake a little better offensively. Wazoo has been the better defensive team. I don't think Washington State's playing their best ball of the season right now. They had a home loss not too long ago to Washington. Barely got by USC at home. It wasn't a really great USC team this year. Drake comes in. They've won 9 of 10. They had 3 wins in that stretch over Bradley. They also had a win over Indiana State in that stretch. So I think Drake is a little deeper at guard. I think they're playing better right now. And I'm going to take Drake on the 10 line here to go ahead and get by Washington State and move on to the next round. And then the 2-15 to round out the first round in the East region. You got Iowa State, South Dakota State. I'm going to take Iowa State. Iowa State just rolled over Houston and Baylor the last 2 games. They should be a legit Final Four contender here. I think they're one of 5-6 teams that have a really good shot at getting to the Final Four the way they're playing right now. Numbers say South Dakota State could cover a big spread, but this is a big step up in opponent strength for South Dakota State compared to who they've played. So sometimes those numbers don't mean as much. It's definitely a factor when you're handicapping games. You definitely take it into consideration, but I think you got to take in how teams are playing and strength, basically the strength of competition. And they might cover this. But I think Iowa State's going to win this game by double digits. So I'm going to take Iowa State to win this game, advance to the weekend against Drake. So we've got the 1-8 matchup, UConn-FAU. I'm going to take UConn to go ahead and get by FAU. They're just the better team top to bottom. I think they've got a legit shot of winning the championship. We've actually got, I think, UConn plus 1,100 that we took earlier this year as one of our national championship winners in our portfolio for college basketball futures. So definitely rooting on the UConn in that aspect. San Diego State, Auburn. I'm going to take Auburn. I don't think San Diego State has the offense at the end of the day to keep up. Auburn, pretty good team on both sides of the ball. I'm going to take Auburn to go ahead and advance to the Sweet 16. BYU, Illinois. This could be the game where Illinois lays that egg I talked about earlier. Would not be surprised. They worry me. They're not a team I have confidence in. I'm going to take them. Shannon's playing really well for them. I'm going to take them to go in advance, but would not be shocked if they get knocked off in this round. Drake, Iowa State. We're going to take Iowa State here. Iowa State's playing just as good as anyone right now. We're going to go ahead and have them advance to the next round. And UConn, Auburn. I'm going to take UConn to go ahead and get it done. Advance. And then I'm going to take Iowa State. So we've got a chalky bracket here for the East. I think your best chances at bigger upsets in this bracket could be Morehead State if they catch Illinois on an off day offensively. That's probably the biggest chance at an upset here. I think even though it's a 5-12, I don't think UAB would be a huge upset here if they beat San Diego State. But I think Morehead State, everyone's going to be on Illinois. Wouldn't shock me if they pulled this one out, but that's probably your biggest chance at an upset. But we're going to be chalky here with the final 2 teams in this bracket, and I'm going to take UConn. I like them all year. They've been kind of my favorite to make the Final Four all year, one of them, and we're going to go stick with them here in the East and have them come out of the East to go to the Final Four. We'll be coming up here with the South region next in the next video. Again, if you want to become a Picks member, go to TheCashmanwins.com. Affordable options for everybody. And then we also have monthly subscriptions there as well. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up there, contact me, and I'll happy to answer any questions that you have. So we got this video done in less than 10 minutes. That's good. We'll move on here to I believe it's the South region here in just a couple moments. And that'll be in the next video.